I'd make a joke about this video being late, but let's face it, after I made my spring video more than a season late, I think this counts as early. Yay! Light progress. So I felt it had been a while since I had watched trash. Last thing I could compare to trash I watched was when I watched Nisei Monogatari over a year ago, and Nisei Monogatari is good. No, I mean full on, balls to the wall, creme de la creme. You know what I'm talking about already, there's no way I'm not putting Mamako in the thumbnail. It just occurred to me, we don't see enough isekai comedies. We have Konosuba, we have the Slime Isekai, but that's about it in terms of notable isekai comedies, which is a shame, as this anime proved. It has an incredibly long title, so I'm just going to resort to calling it Sword Ara Online, and it's both the most trashy and most wholesome thing I've seen all season, and yes, it pains me to use the W word. This series doesn't dick around with you, it knows you're here for the MILF, so it doesn't try and pretend it's otherworld as much of a shock. However, I'm genuinely impressed with how much effort went into the characters and the jokes. There's a very JC style feel to it, and it actually feels like one of their mid-2000s comedies, but with the more refined tastes of today. What? You're still into tsunderes? God, it's the current year, and you still aren't worshipping... Okay, I'm planning on making a Best Girl Wars episode on this show, so I probably won't say who I think Best Girl is, because I repeat myself enough already. But the show has fan service of all kinds, which is appreciated, but at the same time, we don't want to protect Mamako. Mamako wants to protect us. She's always there to be supportive and just act as the best mum ever. Also, there's an arc where they literally have to fight Karen. I'd quite like to see a second season because the story is supposedly going somewhere. You could say that the plot is thickening. Emphasis on the thick! I am very immature. On the subject of immaturity, we have O Maidens in Your Savage Season, or as I call it, Mari Okada's Big Mouth. I mention immaturity as the anime is a teenage sex comedy drama, and it gets the first three elements spot on, but has places where the fourth word is not achieved properly. The story kicks into gear once our protagonist Kazusa wants to avoid sex for as long as possible until she accidentally stumbles into her childhood friend's bedroom and discovers the sad truth. Everybody jerks. So this sends her, as well as the other four girls in her literature club, on a journey of self-discovery. Now, the majority of the characters are great, with Sonozaki being my clear favourite, having both comedy and good moments of character development, as well as a bloody adorable relationship with Amagi. And not to discredit Hongo, who makes a situation that could have been really awkward to watch feel understandable and also funny. And while I'm mentioning Kazusa, it would be wrong not to say that she's an incredibly engaging protagonist, and her relationship with Izumi is very well handled, although also Izumi gets a surprising amount of characterization, so props. I've mentioned that the comedy works, but the drama can go either way, and that's mainly to do with the presence of Sugawara. For me, she feels out of place with the story, as the main reason we like the other characters is that they're confused and largely imperfect, so it doesn't make sense to have a character who supposedly knows everything and is praised as perfect by the other characters. What I'm trying to say is she feels more like a plot point than she does a character. And it's not that a drama-only character is unneeded, because Momo did the same thing, but much better and with half the screen time. If I'm going to be harsh, Sugawara feels like Rei, except with a heightened attraction to a creepy middle-aged dude with round glasses and decreased moe. That's not to say that the drama doesn't work entirely, it's just that the phrase character drama indicates that these individuals have character, which is why dramatic scenes without Sugawara work, as the other characters feel like they have souls, hence we can actually feel sorry for them when things go south. But really, this is the only element of the show I can really criticise, because frankly everything else works to make a series which makes an enjoyable experience out of one of the world's shittiest experiences. So recently I decided to start One Piece, and I know it's long, but after seeing it, it is much more badass than I thought it was. Now I can see why this is running until the eventual heat death of the universe. In a world where Vikings don't get enough time to shine, I was pleasantly surprised to see Vinland Saga filling that niche, that Dane niche, if you're so inclined. We got the longboats, we got the war with the Saxons, we have the Leif Erikson, and yet we also have some fucking good character writing. Giving a character a 6-episode origin story and yet somehow making us want to see more of them is a hard sell. But Thorfinn is receiving character development, even at this early stage, so fucking props to Wit. And when we saw what transpired between him and the least inbred citizens of Norwich, I genuinely felt something for him. Which is impressive, considering that 5 episodes ago he was merely Eren Yeager if he swapped bodies with Armin. I'm also interested to see where the reverse Princess Bride relationship with Askeladd goes. Askeladd, that's a funny name. Action is bloody top-notch, world is intriguing, I'd say I can't wait to see where this goes. But the opening is not the Viking song from Horrible Histories. So yeah, fuck this anime. Finally, I'd like to talk about Fire Force, which is from the pen of Atsushi Okubo, the same dude behind Soul Eater. So, holy shit, Soul Eater reboot's coming, boys. We're getting it from David Production. It's been teased for years. Soul plays the piano, Giorno's theme has a piano section. It all makes sense. I'd say I was reasonably excited. This series is a pure-blooded shonen affair, but with the polish I'd expect from this author. The style is evident from the footage I'm showing, but not the David Production quote-unquote style. Instead, it feels more like Studio Bones action combined with Studio Trigger's colour scheme. As for the characters, I admit it took me a while. Despite me feeling attached to all of them in some degree, a cloud of suspicion rose whenever I heard Shinra say the word hero. Mate, we've already got one of those. But it pays to show us these intentions through actions instead of just intention, because we're not rooting for Shinra based on what he wants to be, more so because of what he's becoming. And while I still prefer Deku as a character, even I admit all he did by this point in the story was impress a girl with his fisting ability. Shinra has already kind of proved himself, which I suppose is evident of this series wanting to get things started early. Also, this series has the same style of humour as Soul Eater, but downplayed a bit, so the jokes catch you off guard more. But in the end, I think the series is great, and it can even avoid being overshadowed by Proma. Oh my god, is that a Gurren Lagann?